Okay, let's dive right into this. If you're a creator focused on food content, you already know how incredibly competitive the visual landscape is right now. It's tough out there. So today, in this explainer, we are unpacking a highly talked about resource, Aaron Zeller's Foodie Visual Playbook Prompt. We're going to look directly at the system, the claims, and the actual output to see if it really delivers on its promises. I want to start off by asking you this exact question. Why do your food visuals look like a standard blog, while others look like a high-end premium magazine? It's a massive struggle, right? As a creator, whether you're making KDP cookbooks, Pinterest boards, or Etsy printables, you desperately want that polished editorial layout. But hiring a pro food photographer is wildly expensive. And if you try doing it yourself without the right gear or design chops, well, you usually just end up sitting there painfully staring at a blank page. So, to figure out if this tool actually bridges that gap, here's our roadmap. The food content problem, the prompt system solution, inside the workflow, real costs and limitations, use cases, and the final verdict. Let's get to it. Section 1, the food content problem. Here's the reality check. AI food photography has gotten highly sophisticated, which means single AI food images, a standalone bowl of ramen or a pasta plate with a blurry background, they are literally everywhere. And because they're so easy to generate, they just don't stand out anymore. The market demand has completely shifted. Today's consumers and buyers expect structured, cohesive, editorial-style visual systems. But trying to build these multi-page layouts manually in software like Canva, or just randomly guessing AI prompt parameters to magically get a magazine spread, that takes hours and hours of frustrating trial and error. Section 2. The Prompt System Solution. Enter the Foodie Visual Playbook Prompt. It's essentially a copy-paste AI prompt system built specifically to bypass that blank page entirely. Now, what's really interesting about this is how the framework handles completely diverse cuisines without missing a beat. You can have a vibrant Thai green curry right alongside a rustic mushroom risotto. It generates not just the food itself, but the surrounding layout, the typography placement, and that whole premium editorial vibe. Let's look a little closer at the actual output. Take this spread for the Portuguese dish bacalhau à Brás. The system isn't just handing you a pretty picture of codfish. No, it automatically generates structured recipe pages, a step-by-step visual cooking grid, ingredient lists, and even super intricate details like a flavor balance chart. It actively dictates the cream paper texture, those torn paper labels, the warm lighting. All of that structure is baked directly into the prompt itself. And here's another output, this time for Japanese shoyu ramen. I really want to highlight this to emphasize the unlimited aspect of this playbook. You see, you aren't just buying a static package of pre-made templates, you're acquiring one master framework. And that single framework is infinitely reusable across different global dishes. You literally just swap out the dish name, and the AI maintains that cohesive cookbook style, whether you're whipping up Vietnamese street food or French desserts. Section 3, inside the workflow. So how does it actually work? The system breaks down into 4 remarkably simple steps. 1. Choose your dish. 2. Replace the dish name and the country directly inside the provided prompt framework. 3. Paste it into your AI image generator and hit generate. And 4. Take that visual and use it for your content. There are absolutely no advanced design skills required here, and you definitely don't need a complex prompt engineering degree. It is heavily geared toward beginners. To really grasp the value here, you have to contrast a basic food prompt with this specialized system. A basic prompt is something like, create a photo of ramen. What do you get? A flat photo. This system, on the other hand, guides the AI to dictate the full visual structure. It commands the page layout, the presentation, specific stylistic elements like brushstroke title banners. It ensures a repeatable format that gives you a premium look every single time. It's basically the difference between buying a single ingredient and buying the entire recipe. Section 4. Real costs and limitations. Now, on the surface, the barrier to entry is incredibly low. The upfront price for the prompt playbook itself is just $7. And honestly, for the level of structural guidance you're getting, that's highly competitive in the AI tool space right now. But we have to be real. That $7 is not the entire financial picture. So the crucial point is this. The prompt is just the steering wheel. You still have to pay for the car. You've got separate recurring costs for the AI tools required to actually process the prompt. If you want that cinematic quality, you're probably using Midjourney at around $10 a month. If you prefer conversational ease, ChatGPT Plus with DALL-E 3 is $20 a month. Ideogram is fantastic for typography, and they do have a free tier, but the point remains, you absolutely must factor these external tool costs into your overall budget. Beyond the costs, there are some hard technical limitations to be aware of. AI image tools are notorious for messing up typography, like turning ingredient lists into completely alien languages or distorting letters. It happens. You absolutely must manually review, proofread, and likely edit the text before you use these images commercially. Also, if you're publishing on Amazon KDP or Etsy, strict AI disclosure policies apply. And it goes without saying, a pretty image doesn't automatically guarantee a sale. I actually have to give Aaron Zeller massive credit here. His sales page is incredibly honest and explicitly lists these exact disclaimers, which built a lot of trust. Section 5. Use cases and applications. So what can you actually do with this? Well, these generated spreads act as a powerful starting point for a ton of digital assets. You could use them as interior inspiration for KDP food books and recipe journals. You could turn them into printable recipe cards. They make highly clickable graphics for food blogs, and you can effortlessly slice them up for Pinterest pins or Instagram carousels. Ultimately, they give you immediate visual direction. Instead of starting a digital product bundle completely from scratch, you instantly have a high-end visual theme ready to go. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what I mean. Take a look at this Korean gulbi spread. Just imagine you're an Etsy seller or a KDP publisher. Having this kind of output means you aren't guessing where the ingredients should go or how to present the cooking tips. You can use this structured 3-page layout as a direct foundation for a recipe journal or a meal planner product. You get the editorial direction instantly. Section 6. The final verdict. Based on our analysis of the product's utility, the price point, and the vendor's transparency, the Foodie Visual Playbook Prompt earns a solid 4.3 out of 5. That's a genuinely impressive score, especially considering this is an early product from a newer vendor in a constantly shifting AI space. To sum it all up, this is a highly beginner-friendly system backed by refreshingly transparent marketing. It really is the perfect tool for escaping the sheer terror of the blank page. We highly recommend it for digital creators and publishers who lack a massive food photography budget, provided, of course, that you fully understand those separate AI tool costs and you're prepared to do the necessary text proofreading. Which leaves us with one final thought to ponder today. If you have been struggling to make your food content look premium, are you ready to finally trade the frustration of the blank page for a proven editorial framework? Think about how a system like this could completely transform your next digital food product. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. Keep learning,